SMG mounted and loaded!
Welcome to this edition of Chanka News Network. Today we'll be discussing the history and influence behind the MUP Bank. The official Siege Tactical Guide describes bank as the following. This is a rather large site depicting a bank somewhere in downtown Los Angeles. It includes a basement where an impressive vault filled with banknotes is installed, as well as a surveillance room and a large garage. The ground floor houses cash point machines, an immense lobby and an archive room. Finally, there is a lounge and very luxurious office upstairs, not to mention an outdoor terrace. An interesting point about the map itself is the official concept art. The bank is called Willis Bank. However, in concept work uploaded by Ludovic Ribardier, who is an illustrator for Ubisoft, the bank is known as Capital Prime. And yet in the full release it is named Prestige National Bank. I believe the logo and advertisement placed around the map is based off the Bank of America. As you can see in the comparison, they look very similar. Moving on to the inspiration of the bank building itself, the architecture of the bank is very similar to the Bank of America Finance Center building in Washington DC. From these comparisons, the outside of the building, they almost look identical. The left side of the building may have been pushed back slightly in the map in Siege for balancing reasons. Unfortunately, there was no pictures of the inside, so I was unable to compare them. Another mildly interesting fact is that the Bank of America Finance Center is right around the corner from the FBI headquarters in DC. Moving on to why this map is in the game. The map is likely to be based on the North Hollywood Shootout. The North Hollywood Shootout was when Larry Phillips Jr., Emil Matasarani, robbed the bank. The police were called, and when the robbers tried to leave, a shootout commenced. The shootout lasted for 44 minutes, in which an estimated 2,000 rounds were shot.
Now 10 SWAT has been notified.
Everybody stay down. Rapid automatic fire. They're padding the area with fire. This officer needs help. Shots fired. Fully automatic weapons.
Officer needs help. 1540 is requesting help. 1540, your location? All units, officer requested help at the bank.
Stay down. The suspects are shooting AK-47.
All units at the Bank of America, stay down. Shots are being fired. Automatic fire.
Code 3.
SWAT is being notified. Code 3. All officers stay down. Shots are being fired from AK-47. There is an officer down.
Both men died and 20 people were injured. The incident is known as one of the bloodiest in American police history. The bank which was robbed was also a Bank of America, which ties together the influence of this business with the other influences on the map. I found a cool video which shows some of the vehicles used in the gunfight and the damage done to it. I'll link to the full video in the description. If you look around the map, you can see a range of Los Angeles landmarks. To the south of the bank, you can see the gas company tower, the Deloitte Tower, the US Bank Tower, the Wells Fargo Center, and the 400 Southhope building. You can see to the west 611th Place and the Figueroa at Wilshire. There is a duplicate of the Figueroa to the east, but that of course doesn't match up to real life. This map surprisingly features quite a few Easter eggs. They are rather insignificant, but for you fan theory experts, this could provide evidence that most Ubisoft games take place in the same universe. The first Easter egg is the degrees from the Bartlett University planted all around the map. This would suggest that most employees studied at Bartlett, or if you're a cynic, it just means that Ubisoft were lazy and reused the same texture in multiple places. The second Easter eggs are the stores surrounding the map. There are 7 stores in the area. To the west of the boulevard spawn there is Quinky's, which is a fast food chain. To the east of the jewelry spawn there is another Quinky's. There are 2 bruised up stores in the same area, and one other to the south of the map behind the back alley spawn. Opposite the Quinky's to the east there is a Loop shopping centre. All of these mentioned are from the Ubisoft game Watch Dogs. There is another store located behind the Loops, which I will talk about more later. As well as this, there is a billboard sign for Bruised Up on the roof. The third Easter egg is the scrolling stock levels featured in various parts of the map. The first business is DB&R Weaponsmiths. This is a gun store. The second is Zavari Electronics, which is an electronics store. The third is Loop Shopping Centre, which as mentioned earlier is also a store outside the bank. These 3 businesses are all featured in Watch Dogs. The fourth is an interesting one. It's Pharmaceuticals, which is only featured in Watch Dogs 2. This could mean that it was a small Easter egg before Watch Dogs 2 was even announced. No one would be able to tell this, however, because it's such a small reference. These are the only businesses I could find a tie-in for, however there are 3 more listed. The 5th is Diocese Farmer, that has the same logo as the shop I mentioned earlier outside of the bank. The 6th is All Seasons Primrose Hotel, and the final one was Brew, Pour, Sip Coffee. For these final 3, I did a quick Google search and couldn't find any connections to any other games. I recreated the logo and did an image search and still got nothing. This leaves me believing they are either in another Ubisoft game and it hasn't been documented anywhere on the internet, or they are also small Easter eggs for upcoming games. The 4th Easter egg is a well-known one. The newspapers outside the entrance to the bank will feature characters from Siege. The first one shows the original recruits in the game, and Montagna. The second shows Mutant Smoke. The third shows Smoke on his own, an image you may recognise if you watch previous installments of Chanka News Network. The 5th shows Thatcher. The 6th shows the image from the advertisements and the cover art. The 7th shows Ash, and right above her is Arno Dorian from Assassin's Creed Unity. The 5th and final Easter egg is the graffiti tags around the map. There's a lot of graffiti, but I've managed to find a connection to 2 of them. The first is on the south wall in the back alley. The tag says Hugo 2K1. This is, and I apologise if I say this wrong, Hugo Castanio, who is a senior environmental artist for Ubisoft. The second tag is opposite on the north wall, and the tag says Jess in graffiti with a small 1981 written inside of the final S. This is likely to be a reference to the senior texture artist Jessica Larrabee. The date is possibly her birth year. There's a lot more graffiti tags around the area, but I cannot find any connections to any other game series or any developers. This includes classic pink tags, Hayek, and the KQR Crew King. There is also a giant red house poster that I couldn't find any relation to any other games or real life references. Thank you for watching this installment on Chanka News Network. If I've missed any information or Easter eggs, please let me know. You can find my social media contact in the description or at the end of the video. Thank you again for watching, and remember,
that Chanka will always stand by you.